Time to get busy at this motherfucker.
Yo, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Kolby Jordan Podcast. It's the one and only Kolby Jordan. I just want to tell everybody out there that it's all about progress, not perfection. You know, progress over perfection. See, we live in a world where we celebrate and glorify flawless achievements and perfect outcomes, you know, rather than emphasizing and highlighting the efforts and the gain made along the way, even if it ain't perfect. I look at progress over perfection as a perspective that helps shift the mindset from focusing on the end result to focusing on the process. Trying to perfect whatever you're doing can come with these pressures and have you setting unrealistic high standards for yourself, you know, when all that does is make you feel incompetent in a way, you know, when those standards aren't met. That just might hinder the trajectory of your creativity or progress and where you're trying to get to as a whole. Because I think trying to be perfect is what we ultimately strive for. You know, not even knowing trying to be perfect can seem like a never-ending cycle of dissatisfaction and frustration. I definitely know that feeling. I spend all my days, you know, trying to write the perfect episode, stressing about if y'all gonna feel it or not, or relate to it in a sense. And I do that more than patting myself on the back and acknowledging the progress that I've already made with my craft over the years, you know, which I have. I've made more money doing this podcast thing. I've sold merch. I have a slightly bigger following now, and I have an efficient theme to my platform that reaches people in more ways than none. And I appreciate y'all, by the way. You know, I just had to take the time out to realize that, you know, I'm not where I used to be in all aspects of podcasting. It's progress over perfection. And I feel like the biggest obstacle to making progress is the fear of making mistakes or falling short of what we think perfection is, you know, which is common. And it's a natural part of the learning process, but it's a big barrier to the progress you're trying to make. You got to understand that everybody makes mistakes. You have to focus on the process and not the outcome so much. And it took me a minute, but I had to concentrate on the small steps that I had to take rather than the end result. And after every step I completed, it motivated me. It gave me confidence. It took away my anxiety about making mistakes. You know, the fear of me being too perfect prevented me from taking certain risks, trying new things, and it led to a lot of procrastination, which gave me the idea that perfection is just an illusion and it's unrealistic. It's also subjective. If you really think about it, what one person may consider perfect may not be to another person. You know, everybody has their own individual standard. Everybody's journey is unique in their own distinctive way. You know, and one thing you don't ever want to do is be someone else's version of perfect. And we do that sometimes because we compare ourselves to others, especially the people that live for social media, you know, as if they're looking in the mirror that reflects someone else's image of what they perceive as perfect, you know, quote unquote better, you know. But like I always say, be happy with who you see in the mirror. It's all about progress, not perfection. To tell you the truth, I'd rather be excellent than to try and be perfect. Excellence allows room for growth, learning, and improvement. You know, it's all about embracing the attempt of doing something, even if it's not perfect. You know, the overall progress is what's appreciated. Set realistic, achievable goals rather than being perfect. You know, you may disappoint yourself when you set the bar too high, because if you constantly fall short of those high goals, it could negatively affect your self-esteem and your overall morale, aka your confidence. But like I always say, you got to break down those big goals into manageable steps. That way you maintain your motivation and track your progress. It's progress over perfection all day. And one thing I've been doing lately is just getting it done rather than, you know, chasing perfection. Like I told y'all, when I write these episodes, I try to speak with the utmost abundance, you know, choosing my words wisely, trying too hard to make every sentence impactful. You know, all that does is stress me out and not trust my own self when it comes to my craft. Instead, I just write and speak from the heart, regardless if it's just one person listening to me. You know, I just try to get my message out there with all my flaws, you know, and doing that helps me accomplish a lot when it comes to my craft. So I get it done rather than perfecting it, because getting it done is just like practice. You practice something long enough, you perfect it, you know. You just might master it too, you know. But before I conclude, you know, I just want to say that the reason I'm speaking on progress over perfection is because I want y'all, including myself, to embrace imperfection. Accept yourself as you are. We're all flawed. We're all too focused on pleasing, perfecting, and improving ourselves. And ironically, being imperfect is what makes us real. It makes us real and relatable. We all connect through our insecurities and our struggles. But in conclusion, you got to try to focus on making steady progress instead of chasing perfection. This mindset emphasizes growth and learning and can break you free from the shackles of trying to perfect everything. Progress over perfection embraces imperfections, teaches you how to embrace small wins and learn from all the setbacks, which is a part of the human experience. And I don't think that progress over perfection means settling for less. It's just a mindset that values the process of growth and the inherent beauty of your imperfectional journey. But if you made it to the end of this segment, like, comment, subscribe, and guess the instrumental in the background. It's the Kolby Jordan Podcast, your digital therapy. Peace.